Welcome to this exploration of the human condition, a journey into understanding the forces that shape our behavior, from acts of love to moments of conflict. For over 40 years, biologist Jeremy Griffith has dedicated his life to unraveling this mystery. In this video, we'll uncover the scientific explanation behind our psychological struggles and discover how this knowledge can free us from guilt and uncertainty. By understanding the root of our behaviors, we open the door to personal and global transformation. Let's begin by setting the stage for what the human condition truly means and why finding its solution is so vital for humanity's future. To understand the human condition, let's revisit one of the oldest philosophical metaphors, Plato's cave. Plato described humanity as living in a dark cave hiding from the painful light of truth. The fire at the cave's exit represents the searing reality of our imperfections, a truth we instinctively avoid. Instead of facing this light, we retreat deeper into the cave, surrounded by comforting lies and evasions. This analogy perfectly captures our collective reluctance to confront the real causes of our behavior. It's a powerful image that sets the stage for understanding why genuine solutions to the human condition have been so elusive. Inside Plato's cave, truth is hidden and replaced by a mountain of denial. Throughout history, humanity has constructed elaborate excuses and feel-good explanations to avoid facing the real human condition. We've blamed our behavior on savage animal instincts or other superficial causes, never daring to look deeper. This widespread denial has prevented us from finding true solutions, but understanding why we hide from the truth is the first step toward genuine freedom. In the next scenes, we'll move beyond denial and begin to unravel the real story behind our psychological struggles. The true origin of the human condition lies in the emergence of our conscious mind. Around 2 million years ago, humans developed the ability to think independently, setting the stage for a profound internal conflict. Our instincts, shaped by countless generations, suddenly found themselves at odds with our new intellect. This clash between instinct and intellect created a psychological battle within us, leading to feelings of defensiveness, anger, and alienation. Understanding this conflict is crucial, as it explains why we behave the way we do and why so many attempts to solve the human condition have fallen short. To make this conflict easier to grasp, let's look at the story of Adam's stork. Imagine a stork named Adam who, like all his peers, instinctively migrates north each summer. Without conscious thought, Adam simply follows his instincts. But what happens if Adam suddenly gains a conscious mind? He begins to question his actions and make independent choices, sometimes in direct conflict with his instincts. This simple story mirrors the human experience, where our intellect often challenges the deep-seated patterns of our nature, setting up the psychological struggle at the heart of the human condition. With his newfound consciousness, Adam Stork starts to think for himself. On his migratory journey, he notices an island full of apple trees and decides to explore it, deviating from the path dictated by his instincts. This act of self-management is Adam's first experiment in independent thought. However, this decision puts him in direct conflict with his instincts, which have been shaped by generations of natural selection. Adam's story is a metaphor for the human journey. Our conscious choices often clash with our instinctive drives, leading to inner turmoil. When Adam strays from his migratory path, his instincts react. They criticize his behavior, trying to pull him back to the old ways. This internal criticism is powerful and relentless, making Adam feel as if he's done something wrong. He can't simply return to following his instincts, nor can he ignore the demands of his conscious mind. This inner conflict is the essence of the human condition, a battle between inherited patterns and the desire for understanding. It's a struggle that every human faces, often without realizing its true origin. Adam's turmoil grows as he tries to reconcile his instincts with his conscious mind. Ideally, he would explain to his instincts that his conscious mind needs to understand the world, not just follow inherited patterns. But Adam lacks this self-understanding. He's just begun his search for knowledge. The result is a war within where Adam feels bad or even evil for defying his instincts. This psychological battle leads to defensive behaviors, denial, and a desperate search for validation. It's a universal experience, underlying much of human behavior. As Adam struggles, his intellect, also known as his ego, becomes focused on justifying itself. He becomes egocentric, aggressively seeking opportunities to prove his worth and escape criticism. This self-preoccupation is not a sign of inherent badness, but a natural response to the internal conflict between instinct and intellect. The emergence of ego is a key aspect of the human condition, driving much of our competitive and defensive behavior. Understanding this process helps us see ourselves and others with greater compassion. Suffering psychological upset was the price humanity paid for its search for understanding. Like Adam, we had to endure feelings of anger, alienation, and egocentrism as we sought knowledge. This journey is echoed in art and literature such as the song The Impossible Dream, which speaks of marching into hell for a heavenly cause. Our willingness to endure this turmoil is a testament to the courage of the human spirit. It's a journey that ultimately leads to self-knowledge and, with it, the possibility of redemption. The story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden mirrors the psychological journey described in Adam Stork's story. In the biblical account, Adam and Eve eat from the tree of knowledge, become conscious, and are subsequently banished from paradise for their disobedience. However, this scientific explanation challenges the traditional interpretation, suggesting that Adam and Eve, and by extension all humans, are not evil but heroic for pursuing understanding. This reframing invites us to see the human condition as a noble struggle rather than a fall from grace. Adam and Eve, and by extension all conscious humans, are the heroes of the story of life on Earth. The conscious mind is nature's greatest invention, and the task of seeking understanding in the face of universal condemnation is the ultimate challenge. The world, representing our instinctive self, seemed to gang up on us, making the journey even harder. Yet, despite the criticism, humanity persisted in its search for knowledge. Now, with scientific understanding, we can finally explain and celebrate this heroic journey. For 2 million years, humans have lived with the burden of the human condition. Only now, with the insights provided by science, can we distinguish between instinctive orientations and conscious understandings. This knowledge allows us to see that our psychological upset was not a sign of evil or inferiority, but a necessary and heroic part of our evolution. Science provides the tools to explain and defend our actions, lifting the weight of guilt and opening the path to healing. With this new understanding, we can finally recognize that all humans are equally good. Our various degrees of anger, egocentrism, and alienation are simply different responses to the universal search for knowledge. No one is superior or inferior, everyone is a hero in their own right. This realization dissolves the old concepts of good and bad, replacing them with a profound sense of equality and worthiness. It's a transformative insight that has the power to reshape our relationships and societies. Perhaps the most liberating aspect of this explanation is that it makes our defensive, angry, and egocentric behaviors obsolete. Once we understand the true cause of our psychological struggles, there is no longer any need to perpetuate them. The burden of guilt is lifted, and the old, insecure life can be left behind. This marks a turning point in human history, a transition from living with the trauma of the human condition to living free of it. It's a race between self-destruction and self-understanding, and with this knowledge, we are finally winning. Throughout history, many thinkers have recognized that the human condition stems from the conflict between our conscious intellect and our cooperative, loving instincts. However, it wasn't until science clarified the difference between instinct and intellect that we could fully explain and resolve this conflict. The instinct versus intellect explanation is both obvious and profound, revealing the true nature of our psychological struggles and exposing the inadequacy of old excuses based on savage animal instincts. As you engage with this material, be prepared for some confronting revelations. The truth about the human condition can be overwhelming, especially after generations of denial. When the light of understanding is suddenly revealed, it can be tempting to retreat back into the comfort of old evasions. But facing these truths is the key to liberation. The discomfort is temporary, and the rewards, freedom from guilt and the possibility of transformation, are immense. Fortunately, there is an easy and relieving way to cope with the arrival of this liberating understanding. Once we know that our psychological upset is explained and defended, there's no need to continue the old patterns. In fact, with this knowledge, it would be irresponsible to cling to outdated behaviors. There is a new, unburdened life waiting for us outside the cave, in the sunlight of understanding. This is the promise of the World Transformation Movement, a community dedicated to supporting this transition. Now that you have a better understanding of the human condition, the next step is to continue exploring this explanation. Everything you need to know is available in Jeremy Griffith's book, Freedom, and its condensed version, Transform Your Life and Save the World. These resources are freely available and offer a comprehensive guide to personal and collective transformation. The World Transformation Movement provides support, context, and community for everyone on this journey. The human condition has caused unimaginable suffering and held us back as a species for millions of years. But with this new understanding, we can finally take back our power and begin living to our true potential. The time has come to leave behind the trauma and embrace a future defined by freedom, compassion, and creativity. This is not just a personal journey, it's a collective transformation that can reshape the world. For those seeking a deeper introduction to the biological explanation of the human condition, the interview is highly recommended. Additional insights can be found in Chapter 3 of Freedom and in Freedom Essay 53, which details the instinct versus intellect explanation. These resources provide a thorough foundation for understanding and applying the principles discussed in this video. One of the most powerful outcomes of this explanation is the ability to acknowledge differences in psychological upset between individuals, genders, generations, and cultures without judgment. Upset is not a sign of inferiority or unworthiness, but a reflection of each person's unique journey in the search for understanding. This non-judgmental perspective fosters empathy and unity, helping to heal divisions and promote genuine equality. Transformation is not a solitary journey. The World Transformation Movement offers a supportive community where individuals can share experiences, access resources, and find encouragement. This collective effort accelerates personal growth and amplifies the impact of understanding the human condition. Together, we can create a world where everyone is free to realize their full potential. The arrival of understanding brings the possibility of immediate transformation. As soon as we accept the explanation of the human condition, the old patterns of defensiveness and conflict lose their power. Life becomes lighter, relationships improve, and a sense of purpose emerges. This transformation is available to everyone, regardless of their background or past experiences. Change, even when positive, can be shocking. The sudden shift from denial to understanding may bring up strong emotions. It's important to be gentle with yourself and seek support as you adjust to this new perspective. The World Transformation Movement provides guidance and resources to help manage the inevitable shock and ensure a smooth transition to a life free of the human condition. At the heart of this transformation is self-knowledge. Understanding the true nature of the human condition allows us to see ourselves clearly, free from guilt and self-judgment. This clarity empowers us to make conscious choices, build healthier relationships, and contribute positively to the world. Self-knowledge is the foundation of personal and collective freedom. For generations, humanity has carried the burden of guilt, believing itself to be fundamentally flawed. The scientific explanation of the human condition offers redemption, showing that our struggles were not a result of inherent badness but of a heroic quest for understanding. This shift from guilt to redemption is transformative, freeing us to embrace our true nature and potential. With the understanding that all humans are equally good, the need for judgment disappears. Differences in behavior are seen as variations in the universal journey towards self-knowledge. This perspective fosters compassion, reduces conflict, and creates space for genuine connection. The end of judgment marks the beginning of a new era in human relationships. Leaving Plato's cave symbolizes stepping into the light of understanding. No longer bound by denial and fear, we are free to live authentically and creatively. The world outside the cave is filled with possibility, waiting for us to claim our birthright as conscious, compassionate beings. This is the promise of the World Transformation Movement, a life beyond the limitations of the past. Understanding the human condition transforms not only individuals but also relationships. With the burden of guilt lifted, we can relate to others with empathy and openness. Old patterns of blame and defensiveness give way to mutual support and understanding. This transformation strengthens families, friendships, and communities, creating a foundation for lasting peace. The scientific explanation of the human condition offers a new vision for humanity. It invites us to move beyond conflict and competition, embracing cooperation and creativity. This vision is not utopian, it's grounded in a realistic understanding of our nature and potential. By working together, we can build a world that reflects our highest ideals. Honesty is essential to this transformation. Facing the truth about the human condition requires courage, but it is the only path to genuine freedom. The World Transformation Movement encourages open dialogue and honest self-reflection, creating a safe space for growth and healing. By embracing honesty, we unlock the full potential of our conscious minds. With the human condition explained, we can finally celebrate the full range of human potential. Creativity, compassion, and cooperation are no longer overshadowed by guilt and defensiveness. Each person's unique gifts can flourish, contributing to a vibrant and harmonious world. This celebration of potential is at the heart of the World Transformation Movement's mission. As defensive behaviors become obsolete, the sources of conflict, both internal and external, begin to dissolve. Understanding the human condition removes the fuel for aggression and competition, replacing them with empathy and cooperation. This shift has the potential to end cycles of violence and create a foundation for lasting peace, both within ourselves and in the world. The knowledge gained from understanding the human condition allows us to break free from the limitations of the past. Old wounds and patterns lose their hold, making space for new possibilities. This freedom is not just psychological, it's practical, enabling us to make choices that align with our true values and aspirations. Education plays a vital role in spreading this understanding. By teaching the scientific explanation of the human condition, we empower future generations to live free of guilt and defensiveness. Schools, families, and communities can all contribute to creating a culture of self-knowledge and compassion, ensuring that the benefits of this breakthrough are shared by all. The World Transformation Movement is a global initiative, bringing together people from all backgrounds to support the journey toward understanding and freedom. Through books, essays, videos, and community events, the movement provides resources and encouragement for everyone. This collective effort is essential for creating lasting change on a global scale. Transformation begins with small, practical steps. Engaging with the resources provided by the World Transformation Movement, participating in community discussions, and applying the insights to daily life are all ways to start. Each step brings greater clarity, freedom, and fulfillment, contributing to the larger movement toward a transformed world. It's natural to encounter resistance, both internal and external, when embracing a new understanding. Old habits and beliefs may resurface, and others may question or challenge your journey. Remember, transformation is a process and patience is key. The support of the World Transformation Movement and its community can help you stay the course and overcome obstacles. Every step toward understanding and freedom is worth celebrating. Acknowledge your progress, no matter how small, and recognize the courage it takes to face the truth. Celebrate the positive changes in your life and the lives of those around you. Transformation is a journey, and every milestone brings us closer to a world free of the human condition. With the human condition explained and resolved, the future of humanity is brighter than ever. We have the opportunity to create a world defined by compassion, creativity, and cooperation. The challenges of the past no longer dictate our destiny. Together, we can build a future that honors the best of what it means to be human. You are invited to join the World Transformation Movement and become part of this global journey. Whether through reading, discussion, or community involvement, your participation makes a difference. Together, we can support one another, share insights, and accelerate the transformation of ourselves and the world. The explanation of the human condition is a message of hope for all humanity. It shows that we are not doomed by our past but capable of extraordinary growth and healing. By embracing this understanding, we can create a world where everyone is free to live authentically and joyfully. Hope is not just a feeling, it's a reality made possible by knowledge. The journey of understanding and transformation is ongoing. Continue to explore, question, and apply the insights gained from this explanation. Share your experiences with others and remain open to growth. The World Transformation Movement is here to support you every step of the way, ensuring that the journey is as rewarding as the destination. In conclusion, the scientific explanation of the human condition marks a turning point in human history. By understanding the true source of our struggles, we are empowered to leave behind guilt, defensiveness, and conflict. A transformed world is within reach, one defined by freedom, compassion, and the realization of our highest potential. Thank you for joining this journey. The future is bright, and together we can make it a reality.